Hello, everybody. I'm Claudio Roman, the founder of WiseTeach.ro, and I'd like to welcome you to our second podcast episode here at WiseTeach. Today, I have a very special guest with me, Kai Chen, and he's a teacher at the University Babeș-Bolyai in Cluj, and also works with students privately. Kai moved all the way from China to Romania, and he's here to help us see how our two worlds can learn from each other. Since Kai is our guest, we're going to have this conversation in English today. This is the best way to hear the story directly and capture all the details of his experience without anything being lost in translation. One thing I've noticed is that we treat the Chinese language like a mission impossible. We see the characters as a secret code and like some complex drawing. And I'm thinking like, what if our perception is the only thing that is making this really hard? And in reality, maybe we can even get used to it pretty quickly. Today in this conversation, we'll find out about a few things. And among these things are like, you will learn what we can actually take from the Eastern way of learning and maybe how to apply this discipline in our daily lives. You'll also discover what Kai appreciates about living here in Romania and even more than China after his years spent here. And he will also break down exactly how to start learning today without feeling overwhelmed by the complexity of the language. Kai, thank you so much for joining me in this episode.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure and honor to be here. And it's also my first time to have this podcast experience. And I'm also very happy and excited.
Yeah, I'm happy that it's the premiere for you for the first episode. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'd like to ask you, probably you've been asked this a lot of times, like, I want to give you this question, like, from all the places in the world, like, why did you choose Romania? And specifically Cluj, because you are a teacher there. And also tell to our viewers, like, for how long has your Romanian journey been so far?
I have to say it's not my choice, or actually I didn't have so many choices that time. So I was just graduated and from the university, and that time I have to decide what to do, to work, to continue the education, have master degree or something else. And that time there's such a project teaching Chinese other countries, and my options just Romania and Germany. Okay. And for Germany, they have the language request that they need to, the people go there have to speak German, and I can only speak English. So Romania is the only choice that time. And I didn't have any experience abroad, traveling or working or anything. So I think it's okay. Anyway, Romania is in Europe, and I thought this is a good opportunity for me to to visit Romania, maybe also Europe, and to see how's the life in other countries, because I never been abroad. So after that I came. That time it was just it said 2 years, and after 2 years I think, okay, one more year, then just until now it's already 12 years.
Whoa, 12 years here. Yeah. Okay, that's been a long journey.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite a long, when like at first 2-3 years, it's okay. No problem. Just a few years, maybe one more year. That's it. And after that, gradually it's already like that. And I also studied here in Romania, tried to look for a job here. So after that, has been so many years.
Yeah. I see. Well, there's been a long journey indeed. Usually when people move to another country, I guess for you as well here, when you came here, there's this, let's say, honeymoon phase, right? And then more like a reality check. You hit by reality. So now, well, after so many years, the honeymoon phase is definitely over. How do you see our culture compared to yours? And what is one thing you love about Romania and one thing that still feels, let's say, kind of impossible to get used to?
Yeah, it's that actually until how many years? Maybe after a few years, I realized, or until this 3-4 years, I realized that honeymoon phase has have finished, have completed, and I really try to live like Romanian people or local or something, try to be like that to integrate into the society. But yeah, it's of course not easy. There are many difficulties. Some like the language, of course, the first, because you have to use that in life, in work, in any communication. The same for me, Romanian for me as a Chinese, it's not a very easy language. There are too many differences between these two languages, so that's why, yeah, it's the very big obstacle, and still cannot, I don't know, like people from even not in Romania, other countries like France or Italy, they can learn Romanian much easier or faster. Even I don't know, with the background English, maybe English exception, but other European languages, they can, even people from Africa, Middle Asia, they can learn it faster and better, I think. So language is the first, and after that, the culture, of course, that's the second one, especially because the society, social culture from school education, people, Romanian people already accept a very different culture than Chinese. So if now I try to adapt to this new culture, it's also not easy.
Yeah, I can imagine. But what about like one thing that I really like about here, about Romania, about staying here?
Something I like, but at the same time also not so like sometimes, is that people's attitude or the way towards life and work.
Okay.
I like here, for example, not mix so much the work and your private life.
Okay.
You have very clear, for example, weekend and the holiday or free time after work, not so much interrupted by the work if you are in your own time. But because I'm used to this working way, you don't have so much free time, your personal private time. You just focus on the work is almost like your life. So because I'm used to that, but I still like to separate them, but I don't have such or much experience to separate these two,
Oh,
so
so
I want to separate them, but sometimes, because if, for example, I have too much my own time, then I don't know what to do with that, because I'm used to use those time also with the work, not my own things.
I see. So basically, you say that Romanians are putting this more like limitations better. Like, hey, this is work, this is personal life, and I'm
For
not gonna do
example,
it.
weekend. I mean, Friday, if we still have something, there were colleagues or students will say like, okay, next week we continue. They were not like, okay, can you do it just, for example, weekend, spend a little time to finish because it's not much or it's very important, urgent. Can you do that? No, never.
I see.
I never met Romanian colleagues to talk like this. I will use my time, or oh no, it's already too much.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So basically, this let's say the same thing you told me now. In China, people are actually, it's fine for them to work maybe during the weekends, or it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's a culture, it's a tradition, it's already a vibe in the whole society that working means the value. So if you don't have work, or you don't work, or you have too much your own time, free time, that is a sign that you are not hardworking enough or
I see.
Romanianic enough,
Yeah. Okay, that's very, very interesting actually to hear. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I mean, a lot of people here in Romania love the dish, right? I heard like a lot, and I'd like to know if there's a Romanian dish you've discovered that you absolutely love here. But of course, if you have something in mind, but maybe it will be something not so good or maybe too strange for people back in China.
For me, actually, I don't have something I don't like because I like all this meat or this, and I'd like to try all the things new, So for me, it's quite okay. But for most Chinese people, I'm sure that some, for example, they already living here for years. Some they are not here, like my family. They won't like the food because these food are so different. Completely different. If there are some similarity, they will say, okay, it's fine. If not, for them, it's very hard to accept because that's already some habit of eating. For example, if you say like here people eating bread, and the bread is like very basic, the main food for people, like the rice for Chinese people.
Yeah.
And some people like my parents, my mom, she cannot accept like to take bread as rice, because in her mind, or most Chinese people's idea, bread is something sweet like dessert.
Really?
It's not like here, this big, a little bit salty, or just basic this with flour, water, even just salt to bake. That's all. No, bread for most Chinese people, that's just something like a sweet after the meal, or some snack when you are you have free time, and it's especially for kids, not for older people. Because
really?
They are sweet. It's more like a toast, and very soft, even sweet, and have some fillings, jams inside. So that's the bread for Chinese people.
But I guess they go a little bit, they add a lot. I mean, a bit more sugar, right, to it. So that's why it's more like a dessert, from what I understand from you.
Yeah. It's interesting also. So in China, people like to put sugar in bread or some yogurt or something, to make it sweet. But for this dessert, people don't like it so too sweet.
Okay.
The best comments for dessert, that is, okay, this dessert is not so sweet.
Okay.
That's the best comment for it.
Yeah. I see. Okay, Kai, so first of all, how do I spell your name in Chinese?
So Chinese, you have the characters and also you have the letters.
Okay.
So of course, since I think 1980s, before that, actually there's no alphabets. The alphabet later was found or created to meet the request from international these alphabets. So my name has two characters, and in the alphabet is like a Chen Kai. It's like a CHEN.
Chen Kai. Okay.
And KAI.
Okay. I'll try to memorize it, even though Kai it's easier for my mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like this, but of course, when you are in China, in the characters, nobody will use these letters. They use the signs or characters.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Okay. So right now you mentioned that you teach at University Babeș-Bolyai, and which has also a very respected Chinese department, from my understanding. I'm also curious, like, what kind of jobs do the students usually get after they graduate?
Yeah, for now, actually, as I know that most they will continue study, choose a master degree, but as Now we have that Chinese and together with Korean, Japanese as one, the Asian language and the culture master degree. Some will continue with this, or some will choose something different, like management, economy, or international relationship, history, etc. And some they will try to look for job, but these jobs, not so many are related to Chinese because of the limitation in Romania. Not so many Chinese companies or works require people speaking Chinese. Most they are just focused in the Bucharest, in capital city. There are some Chinese companies like Huawei. They are hiring people who can speak Chinese, but not so many. So yeah, or they can choose to study in China for a master degree.
I see. Okay. All right. Let's move on a little bit and talk a little bit about this, about the Chinese language, which for most of the Romanians, it feels like the mission impossible.
Yeah.
So yeah, for us, as I said in the beginning of our discussion, this feels like really complex drawings and not words, right? And I'm curious, how do you help a beginner to get over this fear of the impossible in the first few lessons?
So first I will introduce how this language is composed of. There are two main parts, the alphabetics for pronunciation, for phonetics, and the other is the signs, the characters for writing, reading, and actually that's the main body of this language. But I emphasize the importance of the characters, the Chinese characters. But still, it's not easy for learners or students just to focus on the characters because people here are used to the alphabetics. This ABC in Chinese is quite similar or very easy, so they would like to do that. So I have to repeat and explain at the very beginning clearly the importance of the characters to make them focus on the characters more than the alphabetics which they are familiar with, and to give the rules how those characters are composed of, how they are developed, how to remember them. Actually, they can be separated, like analyzed into different parts, even some complicated ones, and you have the ways to remember them. It's not like okay, every character is independent, is special, is different, but still they are sharing some parts, and those parts you can remember as a letter or as alphabetic. You can remember that it means something even without pronunciation, but they are existing in different characters. So there are those rules I would like to teach, to explain at the very beginning clearly, to make sure they have correct understanding towards this language. It's not something illogical.
Yeah, of course. I can imagine that at some point it's gonna make sense, and you get that, okay, that's the way it works. Yeah. Okay, Mandarin is also like famous for the tones, right? And I think you also have to train the Romanian ear to hear the difference between words, because it will be good also if you can give me like some concrete examples here. I will appreciate if you have.
Yeah, so about the tones, that's also I always see there are two main challenges or two main parts of this language. One is the characters, the other is the tone.
Yeah.
So there are 4 tones in Chinese.
Okay.
Or some we say 5 because the 5th one is without a tone.
Oh.
So you can understand it's without or that's the 5th.
Yeah.
Exactly, clearly that's 4 tones. And for each character, there's a tone. For example, my name you will see like Chen Kai. But actually in Chinese, you have to say Chen Kai.
Whoa, that sounds so hard for me
Yes,
hearing it for the first time.
For example, let's say Chen. Chen, that's my family name.
Yeah.
So if you just say here, people just say Chen or Chen, or Chen, like that, right? So this for me is like in Chinese without the tone, just the Chen. Fast. Okay. You can see it Chen, like that, Chen. Or you are spelling that from ch to e to n, Chen, like this. But actually in Chinese, you have to put them together as one sound, one syllable like this. You cannot make it to spell. It's, the pronunciation is like a sport, not a line, a linear.
Okay.
So that's why you can put the tone based on the sport pronunciation. Because if you spell that like Qian, you cannot put the tone like qie, put on ch or e or n. It's not easy. If you just say Chen, then you can put the tone easily. You just put on the spot, not the linear, because the linear already is like a line, so the tone is like a line, so it's very hard to keep them same all the time. But if just one spot, then one syllable, you can do that. So Chen is like a rising tone. You have to, the feelings like this kind of feeling. Chen. So this is at the very beginning, students, they have to know, to be practiced, to do the exercise a lot to master, because there's no in Romania or other languages, or not so obvious, and this is quite important in Chinese.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I guess there are like different meanings as well, from my understanding, like based on tones, right?
Based on tones, yeah. For example, people always use okay, let's say E, this number 1 is E. So if you say E, then it maybe means something different.
Okay, so is there an example you can give us? Like two different tones, right? I mean, which for Romanian, I mean, sounds the same, not sounds the same. It's actually maybe spelled the same, but if the tone is different, it's going to have a different meaning.
Yeah, for example, you have like these two words. One is yan, one is yan.
Yeah, okay.
Yan.
Also, one it's high, one it's normal, more like yen and yen. No.
Yeah, one is yen. It's like based on, it's just make it longer, like keep it flat and keep it longer.
Oh, like yen and yen.
Not going down. It's the other is going up. So one is like flat. Keep it high pitch and flat for
yen,
second.
Yen. Okay.
Yen. So it's like
yen.
And the other one is yan, like Chen, yan. They are the two. These two are the same tone. Like you rise them. Yan, like che, kun,
okay.
che, yan, like this kind of rising tone. But these two, because the spelling the same, but tones are different and their meanings are different. If you say yan, that is the cigarettes or smoke.
Okay, yen low.
Flat.
Flat. Okay, yen. Okay, yen cigarette. Okay.
And the other yan, the rising one, that is salt.
Oh my God, that's completely different, right?
So if you go to say like I want to buy something, right? I want to buy the cigarettes, or I want to buy the salt.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's completely different. Yeah. So for I mean, from your experience, are people like getting used to this quite easily, or it's actually a big challenge for most of the people?
A big challenge.
It is a
big challenge, because if you are not have such a awareness or such a feeling when you were young, let's say before 7, it's not easy to form, to have this, establish such awareness or this feeling towards the tones, because there are some students, they learned Chinese very, very well after, I don't know how many, 10 years maybe already. They speak quite well, they can understand very well. They were in China also living there, but still they will say these tones for them is not so easy sometimes, especially when it's fast.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially since we don't have this in Romania, right?
Yeah,
it's something
yeah.
completely different. It's like, I believe it's, from what I heard from some friends from foreign countries, it's the same with the sh, ц, we have I mean, for someone that is, for example, from Netherlands, this kind of, well, words in characters, it's super complex. So probably it's the same with the tonality for us.
Yeah. This one, everyone, I think they will admit that this is a very big challenge. Even after a few years. Maybe when they are understanding, it's better, but when speaking, still not very easy. Especially there's another one you have to see. For example, my name Kai. That is a turning one. You have to go down and go up. So this one for them it's a very big difficult. Especially when this one combined with another one, because will be a little bit of change. So here, for me, people speaking, not only speaking, doing things, the ideas, the thoughts, it's like a direct line. They will not like to make so many turns or twists. But the Chinese tones, I think sometimes maybe influence the Chinese ideology or the thoughts. People will make things not so direct, straight, but a little bit unclear.
Yeah. I see. Wow, that sounds complicated, but I guess like everything else, the practice makes it perfect, right? You need a lot of practice,
sure.
and probably then you get used to it. Okay, moving on. I'd like to ask you, if, let's say, Romania, if a Romanian student come to you today and say, "Hey, look, I want to be conversational in Chinese." I mean, there are like multiple ways to learn Chinese, and maybe we can make maybe a leaderboard, let's say, of methods. Like, for example, Duolingo is a method, probably YouTube channels with tutors, movies. I'm not sure if it works or not. You'll tell me. Maybe working privately with a tutor, or even like a university course. Which one, or I mean, it would be nice if you can tell me a little bit about each of them, but which one is the winner? Which one is, let's say, just a waste of time, or maybe not so effective?
I think the most important is that the student, the learner at the beginning, has a very strong willing to learn.
Okay.
So after that, for me, all these tools like the Duolingo or some courses in the university or private courses, or some even learn by those movies. Of course, there are some difference, but not so different. If they have such a strong way, they will find some method by themselves, like to find the Chinese people local, even like in the restaurant or some Chinese shops, try to talk with them, to speak and to learn this language. And of course, if you want to learn this more systematic, then maybe some courses at the beginning to have a basic idea can help to avoid some wasting time and some mistakes. In fact, less work. It is helpful, yes.
But you can go on a, let's say, wrong way here. For example, I don't know, let's say I'm telling you from my own experience. When I first started learning guitar, I actually went a pretty wrong way, and I had to, I had to unlearn some habits. Is there such a thing in Chinese?
Yeah, sure. If you don't have a clear understanding towards this language, for example, some students, they still think, okay, I can speak several languages already. I had a friend, she told me she can speak 6-7 languages, which are English, Romanian, Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, French. English maybe. And okay, I know these are all from the Latin, and the originals origin the similar or the same Latin, but the Chinese is so different, and they will just okay, I know this, then I move this language learning experience to learn Chinese, then they will just focus on the letters, as I mentioned, not pay attention to the characters, and they don't care if they can write or not. They focus on the speaking, because Romania or other European languages, if you can talk, you can speak, then you can write automatically. Not so big difference. Maybe French not, but Chinese is completely different. If you can speak so fluent like a native, but if you don't, you cannot write, you cannot recognize the characters, you don't read.
Yeah, true.
So that's the idea, at the beginning. People may have like, okay, I'm confident in speaking different foreign languages, but in Chinese there are some exceptions.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, true. Okay, let's move a little bit further into this cultural part, East versus West, because there are definitely like a lot of differences.
Yeah.
And there's a stereotype that Eastern students are more disciplined, while the Western students are more flexible or even rebellious. You have taught at both like university from Cluj privately, and what's the biggest difference you've actually seen between these two worlds?
For me, the students here, of course, more flexible, and all the education systems more focused on the establishing the abilities like creativity, the ability to do different situations, not so fixed like in the Chinese one, or the education way, or the homework or something. They are very determined.
Okay.
And in the university also, of course, you have many students. You have to consider all or most of them. Even you cannot one by one to be sure. But in the private, you can, I think if just a few or just the one, you can have the feedback to control the path, and everything quite clear.
Okay, I see. So that's not only like a stereotype, but in reality, that's a little bit more flexibility in a way.
Yeah, I think it's true. Not only the learning way, the method, the way how to learn the language or something else. For example, here students learn the Chinese. They prefer to speak more. Even sometimes they are afraid to make mistakes, but they focus on the listening and speaking this part instead of writing, reading. Reading with the voice, and to practice writing. So there's no such exercise like, okay, this sentence, these words, you have to write 10 times, 20 times as your assignment. But this is since, I don't know, the first year of the students in China, they have such a homework. You just copy the characters, the words, the sentence, the text for how many times, to remember that by heart of this poem, of this article.
Okay, so a repetition to make it perfect to that point.
Exact.
I see.
It has some reason behind, I think, because the pronunciations and the writing, the characters in Chinese, they are not like here. You see like a word, morning, dimineața, you can just spell that. You have to remember how to spell or write these two characters in Chinese. Morning.
Okay, yeah, very interesting. I have also a curiosity now. If you could copy paste one specific habit from a Chinese classroom and give it to Romanian students, I don't know, something practical, maybe how they take notes, how they memorize, or I don't know, how they start their day probably. What would that be?
I hope they can, as I said, to write the characters for many times.
Okay, so maybe
in
like
order
the
to-
patience to write that.
Yeah, the patience, the way like a little mechanical practice, which is so boring but practical.
Okay,
At
okay,
least
okay.
in learning Chinese, you have to repeat writing this not only for the brain, also sometimes for the muscle.
Oh, yeah,
You
of
are
course.
used to that. Sometimes even the muscle in hand, in your brain, maybe automatic can help you to continue.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's true that repetition, you can get to perfection or
Yeah,
mastery.
exact.
So, okay, yeah, that's a good advice actually. It's very good.
And
Yeah, moving forward in Romania, I guess since you've been here for like many years, you've realized and you've seen that we often fear making mistakes or looking maybe stupid, right, in front of our peers. Is it the same in China?
yeah, the same or more.
Even more?
Even more, yeah.
Okay.
There, I can feel like, for example, in the class, in the school, very little tolerance to making mistakes, especially those mistakes may be very simple or some very easy problem. You made a mistake, then yeah, you will get this negative feedback from your colleagues. Even some teachers will show some attitude, the feelings from face, from their words. You can feel some very negative
You from here, you mean?
in China.
In China,
In
okay.
China, yeah.
Also, it's more about the attitude, you say.
Yeah. For example, you ask some. It's very interesting. I experienced like when I was student or in the school. They will ask you if you have any questions, you can ask. But if you really ask something not so expected questions or something already explained, then you will not get the answer. Instead of you get some some other words, So here I think it's okay if you ask questions or something I never experienced, like, okay, this is a stupid question or something. I made a mistake or something. No.
So there's a more openness here. You noticed as well.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the university, the teachers, the colleagues, even the students, they would like to give you the right way how to say that and answer your questions. Doesn't matter how is that, but in China, maybe I feel it's a little different. Yeah, you have to consider your question is a good question or right question.
Okay. So you need to, yeah. So you need to put the right question. Maybe, yeah. It's like if it's a simple question which can be answered fairly quick by looking maybe at the super short and quick documentation. Probably you are like, oh, why you ask that? It's obvious. You don't say it. Something like that. Probably I can imagine.
Yeah, and also afraid to make any mistakes. You have to be perfect. Then people would like to say or do something. If not, no, it's not good. But and here also sometimes I can feel, oh no, later, or I'm not good enough. This not prepared for that. But I always encourage them just to do it, because you never will wait until the perfect.
Okay, so you kind of balance the two worlds, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, of course, as I said, you have experience right now in both worlds, right? The university environment. By the way, for how long? It's like, so since you came to Romania, you've been to the university, right? Here.
Yes, that's some university, but officially I was there just 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got experience with both, right? University and actually private tutoring too. So from your perspective, like what's the biggest difference between these two? Like how does the interaction change when you move from a full classroom to a one-on-one private lesson?
So in the class, in the university, you have more students. You have to consider almost everyone to focus on their feedback, if they are they like or they have very different levels of the language. So some already know that feels boring, the others maybe don't know. So sometimes you have to balance it to keep all of them satisfied with the teaching materials, the speed or something. But if in private, usually you can do it more flexible. You can, based on the learner, you decide which way, focus on which aspect more, and which that one's more interested. Yeah.
And
So,
basically more flexibility from what I see. Like university,
exactly.
University a bit more rigid, and probably can experiment a little bit more when you go on a one-on-one.
Yeah, that for sure you cannot make everyone's be happy, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but also there you can organize some activities, the group appear, and to make more activities with them, to ask them have a dialogue, to have some exercise in the groups. But if in private, because of the people's numbers, so you cannot have so many interesting ways.
Okay, before moving forward, from chat I see some questions. Hello, Amy. But we'll answer, before ending our call, we'll have a Q&A session. And if there's someone else that wants to ask maybe Chai, I said it correctly? Kai, right?
Kai.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to say it in the English way. He'll answer actually at the end. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about AI, because AI it's one of the most trending topics lately. And of course, some people say that, hey, AI will replace language teachers. And I'd like to know, in your view, from your experience, what is, the one thing about learning Chinese that a human teacher like you can do, the AI will never be able to replicate, from your point of view?
So for sure, AI is very smart, has a huge database, can supply a lot of things, but only when the learner or the people ask the ways and what I want, or what I need to know, then we'll give you a lot of information. Once you don't do that, it will not, it doesn't know how to do, what to do, if you don't give the order or something. And as a human being, of course, can feel the feelings, emotions, be more patient or more faster, or which part is interested or not, can give more effective feedback. So this is I can feel, and the feeling, of course, is different. Like you read a book online with the electronic book, or just the real authentic books. These feelings are quite different.
Indeed.
So about the teaching, the same. You face a screen, something to learn, and there is someone can talk with you to give you the real feedback. The words talk with you, communicate with you. I think still different.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I totally agree. Basically, it's gonna help you more like as an assistant, but not
Exact.
Yeah.
And for me, sometimes the teacher can they know how to manage the class, not only once, I mean, or the semester or the year, how to make it like a complete system, not just okay, today I have time, I learn 2 hours with the AI, but next day I have no interest, I lost these courses. After 1 month I continue, so these things, AI as a tool, but we have to know how to use this tool, how to make it really useful, instead of just okay, it knows a lot, and we can use it better. They can give us more information than the teacher, but you have to use.
Yeah, true. Well, since you are a teacher at this university, I'm wondering right now if your students use AI maybe to complete the homework, maybe to I don't know. Are they using it? And you have any methods of if they are using? If you have any methods of noticing?
I think the assignment I give are not so necessary to use AI because they are mainly just something to remember, to practice writing, So unfortunately, AI cannot help them to write as a robot or something. And they have to remember by themselves. So this also AI cannot help. Of course, someone I can see they are secretly using the phone when we are doing the dictation or something, But yeah, the language learning now, I think, still not the phase to create yet. Still in that stage, you have to remember a lot of things. So in this case, maybe AI is not so helping. Maybe in some article writing, they may ask the AI to just write and they copy that. But you can see clearly it's very perfect. No any mistakes or these phrases, some word sentences. It's just like a native wrote. Unless they cannot figure out like the traditional characters or the simplified characters, and they just copy that. And for sure, we didn't have the traditional ones. So
okay, so they go for the traditional one, like the homework in traditional one, but you teach them the simplified version.
Yeah, exact.
Yeah. It's like teaching them English, but they come with French.
Yeah, that's exact. For them, if they don't know or they don't remember by themselves, then for them the same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, that's funny, and I guess it's pretty unique because you can't really do that in French. In French, it's French, right? But here with simplified and traditional Chinese, well, things are different, especially for someone that learns. It's new. Probably for them, it's somewhat the same. Okay, great. So I'd like you to let me know, maybe it happened in the university or in a one-on-one session, because we all had, let's say, those disastrous moments, like a lesson that didn't work well or a day that didn't went well. Tell us about a lesson or whatever, where everything went pretty wrong. And what did you learn from that moment?
Sometimes I'm thinking that a good teacher maybe have to be also a good actor or actress.
Okay.
Because sometimes I ask the question, student without thinking directly to answer you, I don't know. You just ask a question, expect a very interesting answer from them, and just say, I don't know, without thinking. Just immediately, instantly. Do you know I don't know. Okay, and if the other, I don't know. So for me, this kind of things like if I don't know something, I should feel a little bit shamed or something because I should know after learning, or if I understand something to give my ideas, at least there are something, but not just so relaxed and even proud, to answer you. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's not my business. I don't care if I know something. I don't know.
Go
away. You go away like this. You answer by yourself. So I have to be like a patient and to be, relaxed to answer. Oh, this is because or this is what to explain.
Yeah. So you're going on an actor, like an actor, play an act. But is the same attitude in China? Relaxed attitude and saying like you asked and not even finishing the question, like I don't know.
No, I don't think they will answer or no, or at least I don't experience that. Never. Yeah, they have to say something or just keep silent. Yeah, the same here. Sometimes just the silent.
I see. Well,
Yeah. So you have to encourage to lead. It's very interesting. I didn't feel that in the Romanian language class, or I don't know how about the others, but at least in the Romanian language class, they can answer the questions. Doesn't matter what kind of questions. There is someone or can say something, not like Chinese, maybe, I don't know, still they thought it's too hard to answer or don't know how to say or afraid of making mistakes. Yeah, silent or directly, I don't know.
I don't know. For some reason, just listening to your story, I feel like silent will be more better fitted instead of just I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but the silent time is a little bit longer, after a few, even like 1 minute, still nothing.
So it's basically the same thing, but in a different way, right?
Yeah, just not to tell you so directly. I mean, I don't know, at the very beginning without thinking, and the other is maybe thinking, try to say something, but really don't know how to say that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, in that complete silence, are they actually thinking or are in the same state of I don't know?
Yeah, that's my question too, because I cannot find from their face or they are thinking or not.
Okay, yeah. True. All right. Okay, good. So, as a conclusion, before we move forward to the questions, if you could give one single piece of advice to a Romanian student who is afraid to start learning Chinese today, what would it be?
It's better to, at the very beginning, you have interest or motivation or reason to make you to learn. Not just I'm curious about this language, or I heard that maybe I can find a good job with Chinese language. Even like this, you want to find a job related to Chinese language or in China, it must be strong enough to keep you learning. It's not like curiosity at the very beginning to know, and after that I feel too hard or not as I thought, and not same align with my used language learning way. Then I just finish. So at the beginning, you have to find a strong enough reason to keep learning this language.
Yeah, like a purpose, like not going only by curiosity, because that curiosity probably is going to be drained after a few weeks and then it's gone.
Exact.
I see.
Must be a reason, a purpose to find a job or to get which level, a certificate, or how many characters, even like a challenge for you.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, it's good. I think this applies to to more things. Okay, good. We are done actually with most of the questions and the discussion, but now I will get to the Q&A part. Thanks, Amy, for a lot of questions over here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna read it out loud for you. So the first question is like, do you think learning characters is necessary from the very beginning?
Yeah, I think it's very necessary. It's just like you, I mean, you should not separate them, because anyway, you learn Chinese means you learn the characters. As I said, the alphabet actually is in order to meet the international language or other countries' language, this request or this kind of popularity, created to make more people easier to read or say something in Chinese. But anyway, the essence, the nature of this language is the characters. Of course, at the beginning, you can learn some very easy parts. Not like at the beginning, I give you the most complicated ones, make you very scared. At the very beginning, that's just the lines, 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. There are a lot, these very simple but very basic characters. And after that, you learn something more complicated, which are composed of these simple ones.
Yeah. Makes sense. And so
You know,
so it's not getting like so scary, right? It's more like
no,
yeah.
no. So it's like you the same learn Romanian. You in the kindergarten, you will not learn something like about the philosophy or
Mm.
some chemistry words, or no, you just learn some eat or go or you, me, thank you,
Or numbers, yeah, one, two, three,
numbers
four,
like
five,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
same in Chinese, of course, not about the
Ah,
content, about the character itself, the
yeah.
looking, the appearance, the simple ones. And after that, you gradually can find, okay, the harder, more complicated ones, actually just the two or three, the simple ones get together.
Yeah, it makes
Right.
sense. It feels so, even though they are like different, right?
Mhm.
The way you spell, the way you write, and everything. It feels kind of the same mentality, right? You start from something super simple, like super
Exact.
simple drawings, like simple characters, and then you go to more complex. And same for
Exact.
Romanian. It's exactly the same.
It's you have the steps to go one by one. It's the same for Chinese the kids, from kindergarten, from these picture books or something. The those are mainly some very simple ones. Then continue goes to some hard ones. And another
Mm.
very big reason I say I always insist on students at the very beginning to have the characters and to make the influence from the alphabetics, the pronunciation system not so strong. That is later, after maybe 1 year, half year, 2 years, that you just have the characters. So at the beginning, if you already established a strong awareness of the characters, later you don't need to release or erase completely the alphabetics and to focus on the characters. You don't
Mm.
need to have to experience such a stage, change
Mm.
one to the other one to shift. Because
Mm.
at the beginning already have this and just the goal continue to climb up higher. Because
Yeah.
I had some students, at the beginning, okay, I don't want the characters. I just focus on the alphabetics. I can read, I can see, that's enough. But after 1 2 years, actually, make no sense.
Mm.
All the other things on the book and everything's in the characters without the alphabetic. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, I realized the importance. I have to change to focus on that, and so it would be very late and more stressful.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great answer, and I'm gonna go to the second question from still from Emmy, and that's a very good question. So, it's like, do native Chinese speakers ever encounter characters they don't recognize or understand?
Do they have?
If so, do native Chinese speakers ever encounter characters they don't recognize or understand?
Yeah, I think there are, but quite few.
Mm-hmm.
Quite few. There are, it said in the dictionary, there are many, many characters, but actually the commonly used ones, they are just the 3,000.
Mm.
And if for most people, there are some like 8,000, that is quite enough. There
Yeah.
is this word. So the logic for the Chinese characters is not like Romanian words. For example, you have to this word. If you don't know, I don't know if you can guess or not. Maybe from some root or
Mm-hmm.
some parts of the characters. But the Chinese one usually just combine these different characters together, which I already know, into something new.
I
So this
see.
once you already after, I don't know, when you are 15, 18, that is already all the ones you need for work or life
Mm-hmm.
already you learned. So there are, of course, maybe quite a rare used characters or Asian time used nowadays, not often used the ones you encounter in the reading or something, but not so many.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I guess it's kind of same here with, well, it's not like Romanians know every single word, right, from the dictionary.
Mhm.
It's like we don't know a lot of them. So probably it's kind of the same idea behind.
Yeah.
Or at least I can imagine. Okay. Amy asks you as well, what's the most common or funniest mistake your students make in Chinese? Common or funniest
or
mistake?
funny. Hmm. Let's see, there are some characters, if they don't write them correctly, the meanings will be different. For example, the Chinese characters means the writing is similar to the word man.
Writing. Okay.
I mean, the Chinese
Okay.
writing. So they would like to say something, I love the Chinese characters. But because of the writing, something's missing, similar to the word man. The meaning is became like I like men. I love men. I love strong men.
Oh, so everything changes. Oh my God! Yeah.
They would like to say I like speaking Chinese, learning Chinese. I like the Chinese characters, so special. They tend to like I like Chinese men, Chinese strong men. They are so special.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
There are some these kind of cases, but because of the tone, sometimes if they don't say it correctly, there are some different understandings, and sometimes the writing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. I guess that's a bit shocking as well, for most of the people when you do this kind of mistakes, because you're not used to this, and it's changing completely the structures, the logic and everything. Yeah. Okay. Another question from Amy. Many people associate China with very modern and fast developing cities and skyscrapers. How do Chinese cities and European cities differ in terms of infrastructure and everyday life?
So first, I want to say in China, you have the idea it's very modern, the infrastructure is quite developed. It is true, but it's not true for all the cities or all the Chinese land. It's only showed you that some few cities, like the big ones, but most of the area actually is not so developed. So this is, you have to be clear. That's why still it's developing, not a developed country.
I see.
And of course, thanks to these roads or the buildings or something, if you live in the cities, the life is quite convenient. And here, compared to China, of course, the image, maybe it's not so brilliant or something, but there you have to know that the life actually is not so easy in order to build these things, to make all the facilities to get better, to maintain them, and all the time to build the new things. Means a lot of people, they have to sacrifice their time to work on it. And here, even something you keep the so long time, maybe something lost the function, or maybe some problem with that, but you can relax on. You can enjoy your life. You don't need to worry your life is filled with work.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I guess it's kind of the same here in a way, from my understanding, like from what you told me. It's like we have here rural areas as well, right? If you compare Cluj, which is a pretty developed city in Romania, you compare it to a village from Romania, I don't know. You can see the differences, right? It's a major difference. So probably it's kind of the same with China. They're like super developed cities, right, with a lot of infrastructure, but at the same time, there are like some areas which are underdeveloped.
Yeah, and these underdeveloped areas most. Even in the cities, you can find some areas quite modern, developed, civilized, but some still you need a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why actually you cannot just, I mean, the media, of course, they post the best part, the good part, but the real one you have to experience by yourself.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, and the last question from the chat is, how do you feel about Romanian food, and is there any Chinese food you really miss?
I like Romanian food. For me, as I said, I'm very like to experience all the things, to taste the different food. And I thought I'm used to eating rice, but actually now it's not so necessary. And for the Chinese food, I miss very much actually. I don't know, maybe I already changed to Romania eating habits already. They are not something I really want. Maybe when I see sometimes on YouTube or some media, some Chinese food, I think, oh, it looks so good, I would like to have, but it's not strong enough to make me to have all the time. So when I go back, I eat something I want, but here now I think I'm more used to the Romanian food, and sometimes even some simple food, easy, not so complicated like the Chinese. Some ones you need to cook, you have so many procedures to make, too much time, and yeah.
Yeah, I see. Anyway, from what I know, like in China, there's like a lot of variety in terms of rice, like so many types. In Romania, we don't have so many types. It's a bit simplified. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Amy, for the questions, and thanks for answering, Chai. So that was the conversation. That was our discussion. I would like you to say one more thing, Kai, and that is, please, if in case somebody wants to work with you, how should the person get in touch with you? What should the person do?
I think I have that website on the WiseTeach. And also you can search my information in the Babeș-Bolyai University Letter Faculty website. I think also you have my contact way there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave your link in the YouTube description. And that was it for today. Thank you so much, Kai.
Thank you too.
Yeah, it was a really nice conversation. We found out a lot of things about the culture, about the style, about learning. It was a really interesting conversation. I really appreciate it.
It is. I hope everyone can like it.
Yes. Thanks everybody for being here. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. Hopefully Kai is gonna join in the near future as well, because it was a really nice talk and I enjoyed it. Yeah, so that was it. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Bye.